give you a fall colors view. Just on a little nature drive in my own town, Grand Haven, Michigan. And just really appreciating the colors. Having just been in like New Mexico and Colorado, and those having such different types of beauty. I just have to make sure that just because I grew up in the Midwest, I don't take for granted all the beauty that's here. If you've never visited Michigan, it's strikingly beautiful, especially in fall. Not sure I have much to say. Just gotta get my seat moved back so I can write a song. Just went to Dollar Tree. Bought a lot of essentials that probably would have cost me 3 times as much at Walgreens. Not quite sure how they're able to get those things made for so cheap, so sometimes I like to just buy, I don't know. I'm also about to go to Health Hut, which is like our local little health food store, and about to pay like twice the price for like organic foods and things like that. So feeling pretty good because I did Tai Bo for 3 days in a row now. Boom. If you don't know Tai Bo, it's kickboxing. I'm just trying to show you my leggings. I'm not trying to really show you my legs, but I was like, ooh, flower print. Like I just caught it out of the corner of my eye, and then that made me happy. Anyway, new mask. I've already said that in like probably 3 videos by now. Yeah, the show went really well. Better than usual. I didn't worry too much about sound. Brian said it sounded fine. I just used my phone. He's like an audio engineer, so I respect his opinion. And the other musicians did a sound check with me. They said it sounded fine. So I, did my low-key thing that I had wanted to do, and it came off fine. And, I tried to make the purpose of it more about sharing the meaning of the songs and playing really well. Like playing the piano and singing as well as I could. I didn't even use a mic. That was weird. That comes from my years now of YouTubing, where I'm like, I like listening back to these and just hearing my voice bounce around in the room with the instruments, as opposed to that sort of omnidirectional, intentional plus vibrato kind of added. Last show I did as a live stream, we used, because Brian helped me set up, so he set up like my cube amp, which is for performing outside, and then also a microphone, and then the piano in the room. And so it was the sound of the piano in the room plus my voice was like a real washy kind of vibrato-y sound. I think if you search Jessica in the Rainbow live show or something like that, it should pop up. It's from March of this year. And it was just like quite a few people who I know perform a lot, and they take performing very seriously. So I was pretty intimidated for that one, and I probably went overboard with making my setup really cute and twinkle lights and everything. I just wanted it to be really magical and meaningful. And yeah, I think both performers that I played with last night did a lot with that kind of like lighting and making it really cool. And I just kind of had my room, like my room looks cute and colorful, but it was kind of lit, not necessarily the dreamiest vibe, but the music's dreamy. Kind of looks like a brightly colored rainbow office. Maybe, I don't know. I could up my ambiance game. But, I was told that the sound was good, so that's my main concern. Well, and then I was like high, and not actually high, anyway, but I was like excited, and so I'm like bouncing around the house. I ate like a banana with sunflower seeds and pretended it was going out for ice cream because I'm on Whole30, and got hyper talking with Brian, and then posted on my Instagram live. Maybe I'll put those clips in here, maybe before or after this. And then, it was just like excitable. And then I cleaned the house for like 2 hours because the place was a mess. From whenever I prioritize shows or anything that has like a deadline, and it's 3 days away, and now it's 2 days away, and now it's 1 day away. Whenever I'm in that mindset, I do get a lot messier. So, and growing up with like papers that were always due, and band concerts, and piano recitals, and competitions and stuff, I think that's part of where my messiness came from. Because if you tried to convince me that those things mattered, when I knew what mattered is that I didn't like freeze mid-song and embarrass myself on stage. Those trees just attacked. Yeah. Actually, it wasn't about the embarrassment. It was about not knowing what to do. In hindsight, the reason piano competitions were so brutal is because if you forget something and you were required to memorize it, and it's 30 pages long, and you forget at page 14, you can't remember it or something, then you're like screwed. You're on stage at page 14, and like, what do you do? Like, if it was just that it was embarrassing, I would have learned how to laugh things off at a much younger age. But it's that teachers invest all this time in you and they get so excited about you, and so you're letting them down and you're embarrassed and all those feelings. But also, every judge probably has a different opinion about what you should do. Do you go back and start over? Do you skip and try to go to the end if you can even remember it? A lot of the things with being a performer in the classical world for me is that it was very like muscle memory. So if I got lost in a song, I was kind of screwed. I didn't know how to get out of it. But that's like my childhood, is these like uber stressful things. And I think that's why I'm so attached to my 5th grade and younger years. By 6th grade, life got really serious. Like, I had my last like major side role, but still a major role compared to a lot of people who were in chorus, for a musical. So I got to sing and play a cute part. And the year before, I was like a lead for a play, not a musical. My voice was really quiet as a kid, too. It's getting louder. I'm getting more confident. But by 7th grade, it was like I didn't know myself. I was having social problems. And then 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th. I mean, it's not just that I had social problems. It's that I was in all of these activities that were so self-serious and so specific to themselves. And every class, like the more advanced of a class you're in, the more it believes it's the most important thing. So AP Calculus thought it should be my most important thing. And AP English probably thought that too, although I did love English. So that one probably I did take seriously. But like, and then every piano competition I was probably supposed to take seriously. And every random thing like Bandorama. We had something called Bandorama in Racine, Wisconsin, and all the high schools. There were multiple high schools and hundreds upon hundreds of kids who all played songs like the Star Spangled Banner. It was called Bandorama, and it was a capital B big deal. Capital D, too. And we had to take it very seriously. Like, you had to work on your parts. You had to memorize your piccolo solo and go up by the bleachers, and you had to be perfect. We were supposed to go to pep band, and you're, like, freezing, and it's fall, and you're, like, playing piccolo for football games. I was never even into football. I don't know. It just feels like I did everything they wanted you to do. I did the thing where you take the advice of every teacher, every professor, everyone who says you should do this and this and this and this and this and this. I was in theater club, drama club, and theater company. Theater company was a class. We got to write sketches and perform a ton of shows. We did tons of sketch comedy shows. Somehow that's mixed in all of that. It's just like, no wonder I kind of lost. I was just posting on Facebook about how my life got really messed up around like God and spirituality and men and social stuff, friends, but like specifically some abusive people that I ended up attracting in my life, I guess, or I just didn't know how to say no to. Whether that was nice girl syndrome or whether that was I'm lonely and I don't have other people paying attention to me, I don't know. And I guess just kind of thinking through how much I was trying to do at that time, maybe that's one of the liabilities of busyness. Maybe that's worth thinking about, people. Humanity. Busyness can lead to not enough time to process your emotions. And if you don't have time to process just day-to-day emotions, then how do you have time to process emotions from like 6 different activities and how they're all making you feel and how they're all asking you to value them equally, separately? It's like, sorry, I just wanted to see better leaves. I don't know that it's possible. I don't know. I think American culture is both very laid back on some topics, maybe like health or exercise, but also very uptight and intense as heck on other topics. Heckin' intense. That is what I will say. I'm just trying to say little catchphrases so I can figure out what to title this thing. Just kidding. Sings out of tune, but it's really beautiful fall leaves just falling down right in front of me. I'll show you. I don't know what that looks like to you. It's backwards for me. Wish I could flip it while I'm talking. This is a very low budget operation. It's just my phone. Little leaves on trees, falling, unfolding before my eyes, unfolding like a timeline, and it's strange to be here, and it's strange how things change in the same way every year after year after year after year. And I want to be here for as many times as I am able. I want to be here for as many changes as you'll allow, and I want to be here with these leaves. They're always coming and going in that beautiful, beautiful way. Hey, 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 Probably would have kept going, but this ukulele is sadly out of tune, and I dug through my whole little bag. I thought I had packed it. I dug it in there, and I couldn't find it. I guess I didn't check my mini backpack that I call a purse. Oh, it was right there the whole time. Oh, well. Well, I hope you have a lovely day. I might play one more, we'll see. Yep, the G was sharp. Don't forget to breathe. And the C was flat. Oh, now it's sharp. Always breathe. I know you're not forgetting to actually breathe, because if you actually forgot to breathe, you'd die. But when you don't think about your breathing, you probably don't breathe very deeply. Ew. I feel like there have been some times in my life. I feel like there have been, sorry, I can't talk while I'm doing this. I should change it to vibrate. I feel like there have been definite times in my life where my breathing was so shallow for like years. And then I ended up with like anxiety disorders and was put on meds. Because it's like, I mean, I was having actual panic attacks at that time. And rightly so. I was living in a very bad environment. But, anyway, that's a story for, I was going to say for another day, but that's a story for 10 other YouTube videos that I've already made. So if you want to listen to me talk about trauma, I don't even know what I would have titled those videos, but I know for a fact that if you go, one place I know where I talk very in depth about trauma and how to heal from trauma using creativity, well, there's a couple places. One, I talk about it in a playlist called, I think it's called How to Become Your Authentic Self. And it's a 7-part playlist that kind of goes up through the body, kind of the way you would go through chakras, and kind of talks about foundational stuff, creativity, self-confidence, self-esteem, heart-related stuff, communication-related stuff, like how to have visions for your life, and then how to finally kind of connect with some sort of sense of spirit, something bigger than yourself, as they would say in the 12-step world. I think that sounds better. Just have to close that door and look around for something more. Say, hey, it will be okay. We don't have to know the way here. Everything is great when you sit in So, not okay. Most my life, but anyway, I say, hey, it's time to turn a new page. Like these leaves falling down from the tree. Let me know we all go eventually. We will have to let go, so don't miss the show. Don't wait your whole life to grow. Don't miss the whole show. Be yourself here. It's okay, dear. Be yourself here. It's okay, dear. Sometimes when I'm writing a song, I start to like it too much. So, I mean, I liked both of those songs, but that second one felt like, even while I was writing it, I was thinking about who I would want to share it with, or just wanting to put it on my Instagram, like, maybe this will help someone feel better today. And then sometimes I get too excited, and I don't know how my mind is able to do that, other than that it's the similar part of the mind that could play a 30-page concerto while feeling anxiety, while seeing a judge, while being stressed out, while thinking other thoughts, and then still keep playing. I mean, it's gotta be. I don't know fully, though, why I'm able to still write words. Like, you would think that if my mind is on the words that I'm writing, that would take up the part of the mind that could be distracted and think other thoughts. So I guess maybe it's the spaces in between the words, or if I think of a word in advance, maybe that's similar then to singing a song that you've heard before, which you can do on autopilot without thinking. That's gotta be it. It's gotta be that I'm thinking of other thoughts in between the words, or say you think of a line, 5 seconds in advance, then you can think another thought while you're preparing to sing that. I was gonna ramble more, but feeling a lot today. Brian's having practice. He's playing drums with our friend Saya, and they're just practicing together, just kind of for fun, like not as a band, because we all have so many music projects. But they're practicing. Saya's probably coming over soon, so I want to get going pretty soon. I still have to go grocery shopping at Health Hut. The cute. Oh yeah, I think that's this video. Yeah, I talked about that, like Dollar Tree, but then going to the fancy health food store for some groceries. So I don't know that it's to save money. I think it was just to not go to one of those big box stores today. I was just kind of feeling small store cutesiness. Kind of want to go park the car in a slightly better place, because I feel like I'm kind of hanging off the road and kind of in front of somebody's house. But I kind of want to take a little walk in this neighborhood and just feel the leaves crunch under my feet. That sounds fun. Anyway, if you've never read this book, this is what I'm reading right now, and it is a phenomenal book to deal with the question, if you're somebody who struggles with the possibility of there being not only God, but like a loving God. Like, how could a loving God allow this much pain in the world? And it kind of tackles the questions of free will, and, if a loving God were to create free will, but then some people were to use it poorly, then the only solution would be to use miracles to constantly reroute other people's free will. But, like, how could you do that infinitely? Then it wouldn't really be free will anymore if you were constantly just correcting the effects of people's behavior. And I don't know. It's a powerful book. My absolute favorite one by C.S. Lewis, if you want to talk about, like, Christian fiction, I guess you could say, but, like, kind of like he's writing parables, or he was writing like almost like parables, similar to like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, but with a Christian theme, because he was trying to share how he came about his views later in life, because I have a very meandering faith as well. So maybe that's why I relate to him. But he wrote a story called The Great Divorce. And that's probably one of my favorite books ever. It's really disturbing. I've recommended it to people. They're like, what is that? So it's kind of very like a bus from hell, supposedly, although I think it's more like purgatory, kind of coming up into what was supposed to be like C.S. Lewis's idea of heaven, but it was like, it's disturbing, like what he kind of thought about how people could or couldn't affect or help each other, and or how souls could or couldn't affect or help each other, and you know, like how people kind of were choosing hell in a way, I guess you could say. Choosing, like there are certain things that they were attached to that they weren't wanting to let go of, or I don't know. This is not my story. I mean, I believe a lot of it, but it's not my story, so I'm not able to put it succinctly or into blah 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 blah. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I mean, I do, but I'm just tired of talking. Those songs took a bit out of me. I hope they helped you. There's my van. Whenever I see all my stuff in my van, like my bike and my kayak, I want to go tour around. And it's Saturday. It's like right in the middle of the weekend, but it's also kind of cold out. And I don't know. I don't feel... We kind of have some plans too. So this is my weekend to just kind of stay around home. I mean, if you watched yesterday's videos, I did go around yesterday, but only within like 45 minutes of home. So definitely love traveling. It inspires me. It kind of just moves the energy in the air around my head. It's actually in my bloodline. I've had relatives who would just take really long nature drives. So that's in my blood. Or like, I even heard a story about one of my relatives like riding a horse across the state of New York for something. So it's pretty epic. Anyway, well, hope you have a lovely day. Hope you get to enjoy some nature. And talk to you later.